Hello everyone, welcome back to a Megon 2 Electric Boogaloo. Today we're going to start with a video. This video in turn is going to lead to a second video. The first video is so problematic on the face of it that understandably the second will provide the context and reason for why the first is so problematic, and in turn allow us to better understand the problem with some people, the types that really need to get out, the types that really need to, well, touch grass. Yes. It's quite tragic really that in the first video we're going to see something genuinely shocking, enough that we all must take a moment, step back, reevaluate our lives, our dignity, our senses, and ensure that mistakes like these, the ones we are now going to look at, do not happen again. So for this we're going to insert a TikTok video from Drew Barrymore, the actress who you might remember from Charlie's Angels, along with many other movies that got her a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2014. So please brace yourselves. If you need to, initiate jazz hands and try not to enjoy this too much.
Whenever you can go out into the rain, do not miss the opportunity!
Is Drew Barrymore trying to dab on us that have not had much in the way of rain? So much so it has caused a literal drought in many places around the world. Some places have had drought for millennia, in fact. Are you dabbing on all of us? Is that why you did that? Or, and this could be it as well, are you trying to tell us to appreciate Mother Nature, which would fall in line handily with your more environmental and vegan tendencies? Caring more about Mother Earth, as it were. Now, I naturally think that's a load of crap and think you're solely dabbing on us because you got liquid refreshment agua and we don't have it. Perhaps you look better than some in a wet t-shirt and with dripping hair. But maybe, just maybe, it's another reason entirely. And that is why we're here today, because there is a second video like I earlier mentioned. And we're now going to look at the second video and try and see if perhaps there is a darker, more sordid, almost criminal behavior that Drew Barrymore exhibited in that video that is an affront to a vast number of society who not only really wish to have the ability to go in the rain like Drew did, but perhaps something's holding them back, stopping them from appreciating the agua.
You and I both know that you are capable of enjoying the rain and frolicking freely without filming it and then posting it to TikTok.
What are people supposed to post to TikTok instead? All I see these days are pranks, jokes, thirst traps, and those weird sand pits where people put stones inside and think they mean something as far as healing and feng shui-ish stuff. Also shaped like unique things is. There is nothing after all inherently wrong with what Drew Barrymore posted, and of course I'm now being more serious and less the sarcastic English twat. Who are we to gatekeep what one posts to social media after all?
Now, you've just co-signed, okay? You've just co-signed at least 3 million, 8.5 by 11 front and back, people who just go out of their way to disrespect and dismiss the boundaries that Black creators have set.
Boundaries that Black creators have set? What on earth does that mean? Are you the arbiter of what one can and cannot post? Only Black creators can frolic in the rain? Or have you decided that because you're Black you're the authority, therefore no one can frolic in the rain, because to do so, well, does mean you're dabbing on someone who is Black? This seems oddly strange. I'll concede I'm a tad confused what the point is. Co-signed to all those followers. How have you found this offensive? I was joking at the start, if you didn't notice already. Now I'm just confused. Are you a Poe? I remember Poes from 2015 to 2018 at the latest, really. The odd one slips through the cracks, but most people notice it straight away. Yours, though, is so convincing. There are dozens of articles on this, with many of those outlets believing that you, the user, the creator, the arbiter of truth, are implying that Drew Barrymore is racist for dancing in the rain and appreciating the cool, soothing touch of all those chemicals with a little bit of water in it on her face and the rain.
And now you're one of those people. So I guess my question would be, Why?
Are you high, perhaps a little drunk? A cocktail, maybe in your system that is not meant to be in your system, compromising one's ability to use their mental faculties to their highest potential. Maybe you thought they would, not realizing you had incorrectly mixed them. Because I still don't know, is there meant to be a council like the Illuminati? Is that how these things are determined? If that's the case, I'm somewhat surprised I have yet to get any flack with my meager 400 odd followers on TikTok for writing poems, cringy ones at that, solely designed to call TikTok utter shite, because that's my go-to. Generally, I don't care for the majority of the platforms I frequent, but thankfully I don't upload that much over there these days. Now your question, why? I feel like there's more to it than that, so I'm going to play the rest of this.
Why? Why is it so important to all of you to treat us like we don't matter?
Every drop that hit Drew Barrymore's face was another American baby that was not white dying. If only that were true. I'm kidding. Okay, so the question's important, but I think I should quickly address the consequences of this video. You see, the boomer that made the video didn't realize that they're a boomer and thought by deleting the video from their TikTok that the rest of the internet would somehow just be like, oh well, I guess we lost that one. No is the answer. That video has subsequently been shared on most platforms, mocking you to high heaven, because you allude to a form of racism, but you don't actually tell us where the racism is. And none of us have managed to work out in that 17-second clip that was Drew Barrymore's video where the racism is. She goes outside and tells people they should also go outside in the rain. I like the rain. I couldn't agree more with her statement, provided I didn't have to walk half an hour to work and half an hour back before or after and, be soaked the entire time. If I'm just in the garden, yeah, it's alright. It's all good fun. A Nerf war in the garden's also quite nice with the rain. It mucks up your shots, especially if you have a more sniper rifle-y type of Nerf war. Now, I can't work out in your video from start to finish, and I played it through many times, where the racism was that Drew Barrymore is alleged to have committed. By you deleting the video, no doubt because of the haters, you have not allowed us to understand the context from you, the creator that made this video alleging the racism, which in turn means we don't get anything from this, we don't learn anything from it. You become a meme, you become parodied, and it only happens because we don't get you. You seem to imply that Drew Barrymore perhaps struck up a verbal agreement, where you, or someone else from the African American community in America, would control what she posted to TikTok, and only a certain type of creativity was permitted from that award-winning actress. And in turn, it must never shine a light, in any way, shape or form negative, or positive of course, because you can't win anyway, on anyone that is not white, in case you commit a racism. Has anyone else understood this, or are we all really confused? Should we all get a cronut?